fair to say that Christian convictions are under attack as never before, not just in our lifetime, but ever before in the history of this great republic. We are moving rapidly toward the criminalization of Christianity.
Ordained pastor, former governor of Arkansas, once and perhaps future presidential candidate Mike Huckabee, warning that Christianity is under attack as the brutal persecution of Christians continues in the Middle East. Let's continue now on Newsmax Prime. You know, the persecution of Christians is essentially now a global epidemic. And according to our parent website, Newsmax.com, and a new study by the Pew Research Center, Christians could be abandoning their faith. More than 106 million people are expected to leave Christianity by the year 2050. Meantime, the number of Muslims could skyrocket and surpass the number of Christians on the planet by the year 2070. Joining us now, the author of Defying ISIS, Johnnie Moore. He is Skyping in from Palm Springs, California. Johnnie, welcome to Newsmax Prime.
Hey, thanks for having me.
The persecution of Christians, it seems to continue, and it's getting worse, not better. Is anything being done to stop it?
Well, you know, every single day we hear more alarming information, including, by the way, today when I heard that one of the nuns that we work with the most in Erbil in Iraq, taking care of thousands of Christians and other displaced people, including Muslims, by the way, went to the consulate in Erbil to get a visa to come to the United States in May to testify in front of Congress, and her visa was denied. You know, and the reason why they denied her visa is because she couldn't prove a place of permanent residence. And her place of permanent residence is Karakosh. It's a city in Iraq that had been taken over by ISIS. So, I mean, it's an incomprehensible situation. So not only are Christians being attacked, their churches being destroyed, they're being threatened, they're being extorted from myriad things happening every single day. We can't even get a nun, a harmless nun, to come over to the United States of America to tell Congress about it.
Now, I need to find out more about this because I want to understand, is it the fault of our government being oversensitive, or is it something perpetrated by the Iraqi/ISIS bureaucracy in Erbil and elsewhere?
Now, this is what's so strange about it. I mean, what happens is ISIS comes into this nun's town, Karakosh. She leaves with 50,000 Christians. She comes to Erbil. She starts taking care of all these displaced Christians. She's taking care of thousands of them. We've helped her take care of thousands of them. And then she goes to the American embassy to get to the consulate in Erbil to get a visa to come to the United States of America, because some of us that are friends of hers have meetings lined up with Congress and media appearances. She's going to come and tell what happened in her city. And what happened is she goes into the consulate and they denied her visa. And the reason why they denied her visa is because she doesn't have a place of permanent residence in Iraq, and ISIS took over her hometown. How could she have a place of permanent residence? I mean, it's just one more example of the just sort of brain-dead way we're handling the situation. A, we're in a sense of denial. You know, our government doesn't believe, I believe, that this Christian persecution is as serious as it is. And secondly, we're just not doing the intentional things to solve and to stop it. I mean, what could be dangerous or harmful about bringing a nun, a Mother Teresa from Iraq, to Congress to tell Congress how ISIS came into her village, started indiscriminately killing people?
Well, Johnnie Moore, what you have done here is you've given us our first action item, if you will, because we can't put this off to bureaucratic bumbling at the State Department. What we need to do as Americans, and those of us who are believers and Christians, we need to be writing and calling the White House and Foggy Bottom, the State Department, saying, are you kidding me? Let this nun get a visa to come to the United States. That action should be taken starting right now.
Right now. I mean, let Sister Diana come to the United States of America to give us firsthand evidence of what's happening. Because here's the fact. This nun and her order has done what the United States government has failed to do, which is take care of these thousands and thousands of displaced Christians. I mean, you know, don't forget that the Christian population in Iraq has declined from 1.5 million to under 300,000, probably 150,000 people in the last 10 years. I mean, and then, by the way, because we're not doing things in Iraq to combat it, and in Syria, we're seeing the emboldening of all these persecutors in other places. 150 Christians killed in Kenya, another 30 Ethiopian Christians that were partly beheaded and partly executed. Now we have Boko Haram in Nigeria showing up dressed as pastors in Christian villages to deceive the people before they're killing the people. I mean, it is open season on Christians around the world. And
Johnnie,
not only are... Are we in a state of denial? We're not. There are little things we could do to help. And what do we do?
And
We deny a
mindful of
nun.
that, mindful of that, Johnny, here's what I'd request. I don't know if you can join us again before the week is out, but we'd like to put together a plan with you to call on everybody who watches this program, call on everybody who reads Newsmax.com to stand up and advocate for this nun being allowed to come to the United States. Can we work that with you as the week continues?
You better believe it.
Okay.
We have to help these people.
We will get to work on that, Johnny, and that is just one small but positive step where we can make a difference. And we thank you very much for joining us on Newsmax Prime. It's
Thanks
good
for
to hear
having
from
me.
you, sir. There's a lot going on, but when we have the chance to use this program and our freedom of expression to stand up for the freedom to believe in God, we're going to do it. And we're coming right back.